Sega.
Hello and welcome along to our latest Let's Play, where we'll be showing you some absolutely free, yes free, content that everyone will be getting along with the release of the Call of the Beastmen DLC this week. We thought we'd make a video showing off the awesome Amber Wizard, who, as well as having one of the finest beards in the Warhammer fantasy universe, comments below if you can think of any better ones, brings to the fore an entirely new lore of magic for your Total War Warhammer experience. The Lore of Beasts.
Oh, it's a good lore, Craig.
It is a good lore.
This is a lovely environment. Do you know who that is?
Sigmar?
That is, right. That's Sigmar Heldenhammer with the Galmaraz there.
Nice, and Galmaraz is the weapon that Cole Friends uses.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Warhammer, the iconic Warhammer.
So where are we?
We are in the Grey Mountains, so it kind of borders the two great provinces of Man, of the Empire, and Bretonnia.
Lovely. Okay, so we've got a straight up battle for you today. We've got Empire versus Bretonnia. So the cool thing about the Amber Wizard is he is actually added to the Empire roster. So you can select him through the custom battles front end, or you can recruit him during a campaign. And like I said, he brings along the Lore of Beasts, which has 6 new spells, one of which is very, very cool indeed, but we'll talk about those in a little bit more detail soon. And yeah, this is a straight up fight between Bretonnia and the Empire. We're playing as the Empire, or should I say Nico is playing as the Empire.
Yeah, we're commenting on his battle. He specifically asked not to be involved in it, so we can judge him harshly.
And yeah, he's playing the AI who are playing as Bretonnia.
So this is the Jade Griffin for the Amber Wizard.
Yeah, so the Amber Wizard's a bit squishy, but you can see he's got an awesome mount. And this should help keep him safe away from the potential Bretonnia cavalry charges up there in the sky. So Nico's going to try and keep him back and cast some of those spells so we can have a look at what he's up to.
It's worth noting, with some of the changes going into Update 2 with the FreeLC, that you'll be able to customise in multiplayer and custom battle these spells that your caster will have. So you don't have to take all of the 6, you can pick and choose between the ones that you want, which will decrease the cost.
Cool, so some of his spells, he's got Amber Spear, which is a magic missile, Wisson's Wild Form, an augment, Flock of Doom, which calls down a massive flock of crows, Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, which is a nice augment boost, the Curse of Anrahir, a hex against the enemy, and the Transformation of Kadon, which is kind of the showpiece spell, which hopefully will show you in this battle. He's also got a couple of abilities over to the left as well, but the real focus for this video is going to be on his spells.
Yeah, I mean, Transformation of Kadon, even in the tabletop, is ridiculously powerful. It's really good, a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, so you've got to keep the Amber Wizard alive, of course, to be able to get that one off. And there's a few kind of conditions to how it's used, but we'll explain those later on.
Yeah.
So Nico's got a nice army setup. He's got a few kind of spearmen there who are the bulk of his army. He's just grouping those together. He's got 4 units of great swords, 3 handgunners. He's got some Pistolier cavalry. He's got a couple of units of Demigryph knights, and he's got the Hellstorm battery rockets, I think.
Volley guns.
The volley guns, sorry.
Yeah, and he's going all out.
Of course, Bretonnia have got the Knights of the Realm shock cav, very dangerous. A mix of flying units and spearmen, some archer units, which are always dangerous. A damsel at the back, and some artillery pieces as well. So a pretty balanced setup from them.
Yeah, I think Nico's got a pretty strong roster here. He's chosen well. I think he's going to go for his tactic that he tends to go for when I've seen him play, which is sneaky cav in the forests.
Oh, the cheeky sneaky flank.
Yep.
That does sound like a bit of a Nico thing to do.
So Nico's slowly moving down the hill, which I guess is fine. He doesn't really have the higher ground advantage. That's definitely with Bretonnia.
And he's just trying to get his Pistoliers up to a point where they can attack those flying units, because they're obviously a ranged cav unit, so he can cause some damage up on that right hand side if he can get up there. And he's just directing his artillery to stop firing at will, and he's going to try and select some targets. And he's using his handgunners there as well, just grouping those together, getting them into a position where they can cause some damage in a bit.
Or Bretonnia are doing the same, kind of sneaking round the flanks there.
Yeah, he's got to watch the flank. If you look on the radar on the top right, you can see there's a Bretonnian sort of flanking movement coming down there, charging down, like 4 or 5 units grouped together. And he's recognising that now, so he's trying to get behind them to cause some fire into their rear. And Bretonnia is also charging down the middle, and the hero is charging forwards. I think that's King
Leon Le Cure.
King
That's
Leon
not
Le Cure.
quite how you say it, I don't think.
Well, I'm sure Nico could say
Yeah.
that. And Nico's just going to start sending his artillery pieces to fire on specific targets to cause some damage. And his hidden units have been revealed. His other pistoliers on that left flank have been exposed. So he's just got to try and bring them into a safe place. You can see the Bretonnia archers are causing all kinds of problems.
Oh, those
already.
Pegasus Knights though.
Yeah, so Nico's going to try and deal with those with his handgunners. Meanwhile, he's got his Amber Wizard here. And he's just going to kind of move him into a slightly safer position.
Oh, that cavalry straight in the back there.
Ouch.
Yeah, that tore up his artillery.
And Nico's got to get his spears involved here, try and get them engaging those troops that are coming forwards. Meanwhile, he's just kind of keeping that Amber Wizard back safe, ready to use his spells.
Oh, he's getting his cavalry into play now.
Yeah, and just trying to kind of commit those spearmen to pin those archer cav into place there. And Nico's just used some Karl Franz abilities there, Foe Seeker and a couple of others, just to kind of keep Karl in the mix there.
And keep the leadership high, because some of those units were kind of getting below halfway health.
Yeah, it's all about leadership, isn't it, with Empires, keeping that leadership nice and high. And Nico's still got that cav unit, so he's just going to bring them back round, and he's addressing his artillery there.
Ooh.
Oh, and yeah, a bit of a Pegasus Knights charge on his arty there.
I mean, it's beautiful, but very unfortunate for him.
I'm sure he wasn't thinking beautiful. Okay, so this is Wisson's Wild Form that Nico's casting now. It's got a plus 22% weapon bonus and plus 15 armour.
Oof, nice.
So that'll buff the guys that are in that battle. It's quite nice having the Amber Wizard just circling overhead, casting spells to help you out down on the ground.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice support
really
unit.
need it with those Pegasus Knights constantly harassing.
You know, we focus a lot on those big spells, those showpiece spells that cause lots of damage or do cool things, but at the end of the day, having a wizard flying around supporting you with buffs like that is really useful.
Especially
like
such a beautiful wizard and mount.
Absolutely. What a beard, what a mount.
There's a good beard.
So just skipping forwards a little bit, Nico's got his spearmen, just trying to reform them a little bit, see if he can control the centre. And he's got his spearmen that have come back on the side there. He's going to try and commit those to the archers down there. And he's just going to kind of get his spearmen there involved as well. You can see Karl Franz is still knocking about. He might try and go for a hero-on-hero charge there.
I think he could take King Leon.
Oh, look at this! Demigryph Knights in the back!
Yes!
And that's what Demigryph Knights are absolutely devastating at. And here we have Transformation of Kadon. So the Amber Wizard using his showpiece spell here, which will summon a Manticore from the ground. You can see him kind of coming out of the ground. Really cool animation of him coming up from the earth and flying out. Now, that's a super powerful unit. Of course, you do need a slot free in your army to be able to cast that.
Yeah, if you've got a full army, you can't cast that straight away. You really have to use magic to its best ability, and transformation is no different. Once you're kind of losing those units, lay it down, have that additional support from a pretty hench monster.
Yeah, that should turn the battle now. I mean, that unit's going to cause all kinds of problems to those wavering Bretonnian units. And, you know, like you said, he'd be able to just kind of fly around, keep them busy. And he's got a nice strong army now. So yeah, less than 11 seconds, not that that matters, that's just the animation time, but you can use it throughout the battle. Of course you have to save up those Winds of Magic first, because it's quite a costly spell, and you can only use it once per battle, but it is a really dangerous, devastating spell.
It's a lot of fun as well. I'd love to whip it out in a multiplayer battle just to...
Surprise!
And
here's my
Manticores.
Manticore! Absolutely. And look, he can just fly that around now, causing all kinds of problems. Now the Manticore doesn't have the problem of squishiness that the Amber Wizard has, so he's suddenly got a flying unit that's able to cause damage to the artillery, really sort of deal with those back units, and that's going to be affecting their morale and leadership.
We're certainly hungry for some trebuchets.
And here he is, getting stuck into the battle there as well. I think he just took out one of the knights there. And yeah, there it is. There's the win.
Well done, Nico.
Excellent, Nico. You
Yes.
turned it around there with that spell.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory, but we'll forgive you.
Yeah. And he's not doing a rematch. What? There you can see his stats. So yeah, I mean, that's all for this video. We just wanted to show you the cool new Law of Magic that was available to you, and the Amber Wizard. Stay tuned for more videos very soon.
And for the full patch notes, read in the description.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.